A day before Typhoon Carding hit the Philippines, this video from a farmer went viral on social media. Netizens empathized with the farmer who expressed worry about his rice crops.
Binidyo ko na nga kasi bukas, hindi ko alam kung mananatili ba itong nakatayo maghapon hanggang gabi. Pero may awan Diyos, baka sakali lumihis yung bagyo. Sana.
We found Felix Pangibitan in Laor, Nueva Ecija. His biggest fear came true, losing half of his expected harvest. Aside from lost profit, the high price of agricultural input is expected to make a dent on his finances.
Hello everyone, so we are the Group 4 and our concept is the Typhoon Resilient Agricultural Shelter System. So before we discuss what the concept is, we will be first discussing agriculture. So what is agriculture? It is the practice of cultivating plants and raising animals for food, fiber, and other materials. It plays a vital role in providing sustenance, supporting economies, and shaping societies globally. Agriculture is the foundation of our society because it provides us with the food and resources we need for sustenance and economic growth. The agricultural shelter for crops refers to structures or coverings used to protect plants from adverse weather conditions, pests, and other environmental factors. These shelters, such as greenhouses or high tunnels, create a controlled environment that extends the growing seasons. It enhances crop quality and yield and provides a more favorable climate for optimal plant growth. It serves as a means to create a controlled environment that optimizes productivity and minimizes risks. Finally, what is a typhoon resilient agricultural shelter? The Typhoon Resilient Agricultural System is a specialized shelter designed to protect crops and livestock from the destructive forces of typhoons. It incorporates reinforced structures, advanced engineering techniques, and effective drainage systems to withstand strong winds, heavy rainfall, and other hazards. This system ensures the continuity of agricultural operations, promoting resilience and safeguarding livelihoods in typhoon prone regions. It is not just a protective structure, it offers a holistic solution that considers the broader context of the farming community. It integrates features such as accessibility for all farmers, sustainable design principles, and community involvement to address the specific needs and challenges faced by farmers during typhoons.
What are some factors that made our design project possible? First factor, which are related to crops, obviously, wherein they are very essential to us humans globally. These crops produce harvest that results into food like vegetables, fruits, rice, or grains. That's the question. How will they survive? Whenever a typhoon lands causing destruction all over the land, crops being destroyed, including the harvest that is indicated in the second photo here, stating its question, how will they grow? A second factor that will help us innovate, make better crop shelter, and produce design proposals to further help farmers produce their crops efficiently even though a typhoon is in danger. Ayun!
Our problem scenarios. Problem scenario number one: high winds and structural integrity. During a typhoon, strong winds compromise the structural integrity of the Bahay Kubo inspired agricultural shelter, leading to potential damage and collapse. And due to the high strong winds caused by the typhoon, crops are taking all the damage. And food supply is actually affected and may sometimes cause increase of product prices in the market.
For the problem scenario number two, we have thought that the Philippines is prone to heavy rainfalls where flooding can truly damage crops easily if crop shelters have low footing and weak walls that water can flow. Having low footing shelter for harvest below the ground can cause water or flood to flow inside and destroys everything, damaging them.
Another problem is roof damage and water leakage. The traditional Nipa palm roofing of the Bahay Kubo inspired shelter is susceptible to damage, leading to water leakage during storms. However, even though it is culturally significant, it lacks the necessary resilience to withstand these extreme weather conditions.
Now for our solution scenarios. For our solution number one, we will implement reinforced bamboo or metal frames for increased structural strength. To strengthen connections with metal fasteners and consider diagonal bracing to enhance stability. Regular maintenance and inspections should be conducted to identify and address any weaknesses in the structure.
For the solution number two, we have designed an elevated footing for the shelter that can prevent water flow or flooding inside the shelter for a safe storage and prevention from damaging the planted or stored plants. And we have applied safety seals and waterproof for the roof and proper sealing of joints between walls and doors for a stronger construction of the shelter.
Solution for number three is to consider synthetic alternatives that mimic the appearance of the nipple palm but offer higher durability, such as synthetic thatch or synthetic palm leaves. We also need to install corrugated metal roofing with proper anchoring to withstand high winds. Regularly inspect and replace roofing materials as needed, especially before the typhoon season, to ensure optimal performance.
So this is our concept inspirations that we found related to the agricultural shelter system. In this inspiration, we will apply the Typhoon Resilient design to our concepts.
Presenting you now our ideation sketches and concept designs. For the ideation sketch number one, I have come up a concept design that at least can help air still flow the stored crops and plants so that they can still feel the breeze. So I decided to design a half walling or two wall type shelter for the crops. And inside is a concept design controlled solar panel so that the heat of the sun can directly flow into the crops stored in the shelter.
My concept idea, um, a foldable roof with locking system for easy to use and assemble, and a blocking system that is moving that can be controlled through the button. A button that can control the moving blocking system, and it's supported by Braille for inclusivity. I also put an irrigation system in case of flood or water overflow inside.
For this design, I was inspired by the traditional Baikubo style, and the design is elevated to prevent flooding, using bamboo to increase structural strength and enhance stability for the negation of the collapsion. For the roof damage, it has the corrugated metal roofing and it's anchoring underneath the sheets, which can withstand high winds.
The following are our combined ideas for the final design. Now, after showcasing our brainstormed ideas and concepts, we have now combined all of our unique concepts and disregarded the unnecessary ones. Mainly, the combined ones are the following: the spiderweb roofing, the two wall type design, and lastly, the Kubo style structure. For our traditional rendering, here is our presentation.
For the materials, we use metal sheets for the roofing, cocoa lumber wood for additional structural support, rattan for the windows, drainage pipes for the irrigation system in case of flood and water overflow inside the shelter.
By aid, yes, the possible colors seen and used in our prototype design are the following: brown or darkish brown, gray or silver for the steels and metals like roofs, etc. Next, presenting our 3D model and digital rendering.
For this design, we have sliding doors, sliding windows, folding roof, wind vane, drainage pipes, and higher footing.
This is our 3D model top view, front view, side view, and the rear view. Our perspective view, as you can see, we put a ramp for inclusivity, and the material that will be used in the ramp will be a diamond plate to avoid slipping in case of rain. This is another perspective view of our 3D design.
Moving forward for our prototype scenario here. So after all we have discussed here in our presentation, we are now here to introduce our team. The team members include the following: Hannah, Aid, Jab, and Carl. Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you enjoyed our discussion and presentation. Innovate with you again soon. Ciao.